I'm on skates, isn't that cool? Nobody cares? Oh, whatever. Hi, I'm Lawson. I'm an ethnomusicologist and arts administrator, a singer, a songwriter, and a recording artist from Dallas, Texas, currently studying and working in Tempe, Arizona, home of the world-famous Arizona State University. You're about to hear a song that I wrote and recorded called 2001. I'm really proud of this song, really excited to finally get to show it off. But before we play it, I wanted to give everybody a little bit of context about the sounds that you're going to hear. A few of the sounds will be, hopefully, unfamiliar to many of you in the audience. So I wanted to just discuss what they are, give you an idea so that you have an image in your head, and give you some of the history about the instrument. The first that we'll start with is the ukulele. I love this instrument. It's one of my favorite in the world. Many of you are probably at least a little bit familiar with it, but if you are not an avid Wikipedia reader like I am, you might not know that the ukulele actually started out on islands outside of Portugal, where it was called the machete. Whoa. No, we're talking about this thing. But it was brought to Hawaii by Portuguese traders and settlers. And there it was adopted and adapted into the instrument that we now know as the ukulele today. The beautiful, beautiful instrument played by the likes of Israel Kamakawiwo'ole and others is, I mentioned because he is definitely one of my inspirations and somebody that I think of when I pick up and play the ukulele. So I wanted to give a shout out to him. He is, so good. The other cool instrument I wanted to talk about is this, my favorite instrument, my favorite instrumental tradition in all the world. And I am an ethnomusicologist, so that means I study world music, so I know a few, but this one is great. The Mbira from Zimbabwe. You'll see a lot of thumb pianos throughout Africa. It's spread across the continent in a bunch of different forms, but this form is the Mbira Zavadzimu of the Shona people of Zimbabwe. The name means Great Mbira of the Ancestors. And it is a great instrument with a beautiful, complex, and diverse tradition. Lots of different types of music that originated from the classical form. They've got a bunch of pop styles like chimaranga is a version that incorporates rock and roll instruments and sounds with classic Mbira lines, or just using the instrument and creating new lines with it. It's very powerful and was part of the movement for independence in Zimbabwe in the 1960s, 70s, and on from there. It's also used by pop stars like Chiwaniso, an incredible musician who had a lot of, she's got her own style that I encourage you to go find and listen to her music. Well, that of Thomas Mapfumo. He was the godfather, you could say, of chimaranga, and just all of the great masters of the mbira that were recorded in the late 20th century by people like Paul Berliner. He's a big-time ethnomusicology researcher who's currently at Duke University. He wrote a book called The Soul of Mbira that talks all about this instrument. If you want to learn more, please ask after the show, or go look it up, or check out my website. I've got a little bit about this instrument and its tradition and some of the other artists who have used it and who have inspired me with it. And before I let you go, I will just, I'll play the pattern that you're going to hear in the song so that you can see what's happening. And then we'll do it live. Not really. Now please enjoy 2001, not a Space Odyssey.
Seems like the 50s were the Stone Age, and the Great Depression is when they had Jesus.
Kill.
It's hard to believe it took us this long to get to where we are.